The to-do list, one of many, but this episode we're focusing on preparing for the holding tank. The question is, where do we put it? One option is in the forepeak. So we have quite a big forepeak with two bunks, and in the middle there's an extra piece, so it makes one big double bed. But both sides are very long, and this is one option, but it means losing storage and drawers that are underneath the bunks, but they're really hassly to get to anyway, so we never really use them. So Patrick's had a look to see whether this is an option. If we were to remove the drawers, the benefit of the one bunk is that it is adjacent to the toilet, so perfect position for a holding tank. We can just run the hoses. So he's sketched up one to maximize the space, and we have to take into account the shape of the hull. So that's a great size for us. The issue we have is it going to fit through this entrance down into the forepeak? So that meant a weekend of arts and crafts. So Patrick put together this mock tank. It was pretty flimsy cardboard, but he got it together. And the good news is that it actually fitted in really nicely. It got through that space and it slipped in perfectly into the bunk. He put back the top slats just to make sure it's secure there. And as I'm sleeping on top of this tank, he just needs to make sure that these are solid enough, because I don't want to even imagine. So it fits. It takes into account the size of the side of the hull. Patrick just made some rough sketches on here just to lay out where he'll be putting the pump and the hoses, how they'll come in, access. I hope that isn't an inspection hatch, but probably. And then, where he'd be putting access for pumping in and pumping out, and access for the suction. So he's just done a rough idea about how that's going to work, and it seems to fit really nicely without him having to remove those support beams or move those around. So with that all organized, it was back to what we know best, which is painting. So of course, first coat that's going to go on is going to be the red oxide protection, and then probably 2 coats of white, and then I'll be following that up with putting on a layer of insulation to stop condensation, and then we'll set the order off for the diagrams off to have the tank made. It'll be a plastic one, but now we know it'll fit, and it's nice and big. So I'll update you on that.